is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to Sean in Canada. Hey, Sean, what's going on?
Hey, Tom. How's it going, brother?
It's going great, man. How you doing?
I'm a huge fan of the show. I just found out about you guys within the last month and a half.
Okay.
And I can't believe, I'm like, where did these guys come from?
How did you find out about us?
Sometimes I'll go in the search engine and try to find some market analysis.
Okay, man. Welcome to the Tiger family. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us, man.
Yeah, man. I really appreciate you guys, and I'm just excited to watch your bids. I get a lot out of them. I really love the intros you do and the excitement and the energy, and you guys are pretty special.
Well, we get a great network, man, and there's a lot of diversity, man, and we're really lucky. Thank you so much for calling, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Sean. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
You too, bud.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Let's take a look at one of our four agreements. Don't make assumptions. Assume nothing. In any kind of relationship, we can make the assumption that others know what we think. We don't have to say what we want. We assume they're going to do what we want because they know us so well. Then, if they don't do what we want, we feel hurt, and we think, how could you do that? You should know. Bottom line, folks, get rid of the gray, keep it black and white. Let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 28. NASDAQ off 29, S&P's down 7.5. Gold contract down $2.20, trading at $1,244 an ounce. Silver down 5 cents, $16.45 an ounce. Platinum is off $4.40 at $9.22 an ounce. You have the copper market down 3 pennies at $9.22 a pound. Light sweet crude down 97 cents, $43.23 a barrel. Notes, 10-year note up 8 ticks, 126.29. 30-year bond up 31 ticks, almost a full point, 157.20. Now, notes and bonds, folks, went lower yesterday, had lighter volume. Last week, went topside, had wide price spread, accelerated volume. You have 2 separate confirmed ABC structures on the way up. What do we do today? This is a monster move, folks, because what you did is this. You got to a lower low, you rejected lower price, and then they just took off. You got that 30-year bond actually almost moved 2 points. The price projection on the 30-year is 159.30. That's only 2 points from where we are, and when we bring this up, excuse me, folks, you're going to see we almost moved 2 points today. 10-year, same setup. Bottom line, they want higher price, lower yield. King dollar up 166 ticks, traded at 97.430. The euro is at 111 to the U.S. dollar. The yen is trading at 111 1/4 to the U.S. dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? You get a sideways market. You're down $1.17, but realistically, it's sideways. You have light volume. You know, volume don't pick up here, folks. You're going to basically go after these highs once again. You know, yesterday we had light volume as we went into the high. The high had 132 million shares. Price point there of 245.01. What do we do yesterday? You're going with 65 million. Right now, you're only 33 million backing down. That is dramatically light volume. Dow Industrials, Dow sideways move. That's still at highs. You're off 34 bucks, but you're 21,494. Now, composite, let's go take a look at the composite. So, the composite is down 32 bucks. We are at 62.06. Now, that baby is going to get interesting, and this is why. Because what we had with the composite is that we did 1.9 billion yesterday. Well, that was going into a 3 billion day. Today, the composite has volume. We've already done 1.9. So the composite is pulling back with volume. We go to the NDX 100, and remember something, it's the NDX 100 and the composite, the NASDAQ composite, that went south very quickly on June 9th. The Qs also have volume. Bottom line, yesterday, you went higher with 39 million. You were pushing into 60 million as well as 109 million. Right now, we get 31.1 million. Bottom line, that probably would do about 35, 36 million. Gold contract. What do we have with gold contract? We still need a bid in the gold market, folks. Bottom line, you hit a low out here today of 1242.40. You're at 1244. You do have light volume. That being said, can't catch a bid. So that's still saying, guess what? This 1240 from the 17th of May more than likely is going to be hit. That's where we had some strength. The bottom of that was 1240. The top of that was 1264. Bottom line, that's what it looks like right now. Because right now, you know, you get lighter volume, but guess what? It's not holding price. We go into the silver market. We take a look at silver. What we have with silver is this. Silver right now is trading down 0.3%. Gold is down now 0.2%. Silver market out here, 24,000 contracts. Now, you get the volume contracting in a big way. Bottom line, though, silver, same deal. Now, silver has tested and got under the strength from the 18th, which is $16.51. We're right at $16.51. Bottom line, silver also needs a bid. Notes. Notes and bonds continue to say that in the next couple of days, folks, we are going to basically see a pullback once again. So, note market, pretty amazing what it did out here. So, we got to a low today of 126.11. You're at 126.22. We were coming into 2.4 million contracts. The low of that is 126.10. We made 126.11. You only have 996,000 contracts. So you tested that area, dramatically lighter volume, takes off topside again. Bottom line, this thing wants to finish up this ABC structure on the way up. So you have two separate issues going on here. You have the high of the 14th that has volume, 127.08. You have two separate areas that has taken every swing point out with volume. The first one was June 2nd. The second one was June 14th. This wants higher price, lower volume. The 10-year right now is yielding a 2.15%. So bottom line, if you're going to do a refinance, go do it, folks. You're going to buy a house, go do it. We take a look at that in spite of the Federal Reserve going up on short-term rates. The 30-year, this is a big number. The 30-year also rejected lower price. Not only rejected lower price out here today, then ends up taking out its high, which is 156.05. This is a confirmed ABC structure up. Your price projection on this is 159.30, 3 points higher. And good old King Dollar. What do you have with King Dollar? King Dollar has a little juice in it today. You get 29,000 contracts. Price point out here is 97.445. Bottom line, 97.480 is game to at least get tested. And actually, you get up to 98.265. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Until recently, it was almost impossible for the average investor to hedge against currency risk in Europe or Japan. For a bold trade on Europe or Japan that protects against moves in currency, trade HEGE or HEGJ, 2 times currency hedged leveraged ETFs from Direction Investments. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Folks, Dow Industrials right now down 21. You get the NASDAQ off 29. S&Ps are off 7.5. And if you want to see something that is pretty amazing, you know, we were talking about notes, talking about bonds. Bottom line, we have been talking about them for a long period of time, too. And what you have, folks, so let's just look at world rates for a second. So our 10-year is at 2.15. You know, you go over to Europe. France is at 0.5%. Germany's at 0.2%. Italy, which is broke, is at 1.8. You can see that the differential that our 10-year, even though we think it's very inexpensive, is very big versus what rates are in Europe. Now, check this out. This is pretty intense. So yesterday, Argentina, who's defaulted 8 times on all their debt, just come out of default last year, 1 year ago. Well, Argentina yesterday sold a 100-year bond, and they sold it at a interest rate of 7.9%. So 100 years, and guess how much they sold in bonds? $275 million. They had $925 million going after $275 million in bonds. Okay, so that being said, check it out, right? Now, this is pretty intense. I'm going to go to the city of Chicago. Chicago's been in tough shape for a long period of time, but this just came across the tape. This is going to show you just how bad Chicago's finances are, particularly inside the city. This is like pretty bizarre. Chicago school system is paying bond penalties today, similar to those seen during the credit crunch in 2007. The junk-rated district, reeling from escalating pension costs and fallout from Illinois' budget gridlock, has been stuck paying a punitive interest rates on $167 million of adjustable rate bonds after PNC Capital Markets failed in March to resell the securities once previous owners sold them. The rate on the bonds, which was supposed to stay extremely low because investors can resell them to banks periodically, jumped to the maximum 9% on March 1st from 4.64% the week before, and has stayed there ever since. Now, the amazing part about this, think about this. So Argentina sells a bond, a 100-year bond, at 7.9%. They have 3 times the amount of people that want to buy the bond, and it's a less interest rate. That's showing you just inside the Chicago school system just how bad things are right now. It's pretty amazing when you read this article. It's like it almost, doesn't make any sense. But guess what? It does, because bond buyers want to get paid back. So they don't feel like they're going to get paid back inside that Chicago system, which is just pretty amazing. But, the state of Illinois itself has been pretty bad for a long period of time. We'll find out whether this whole thing is coming home to rest right now, because that is a monster number, man. I mean, it's hard. It's totally hard to comprehend how a country that has defaulted so many times gets a 100-year bond, and the demand is 3 times more than the supply. But guess what? That's how it's shaking out. Let's go take a look at and so my point in all of that, folks, is there is huge amounts of cash going after a small amount of bonds. And when we're talking about our rates, when I go through these rates every day, we're talking about treasuries. These people are going to everyone's going to get their money back on treasuries. So these treasury rates, they're going lower. And we'll find out whether it's the Amazons of the world that continually bring down prices because of the fact that, consumers run markets. And if our consumer prices are less, guess what? Bottom line, if you can't raise prices, inflation's not going to be out there. Let's go. When we talk about prices, now, inside the CPI, you don't have oil or energy. That being said, bottom line, this oil market's in tough shape. What oil did out here today, it was teetering on breaking the lows. On the 14th, it went to 44.74. Today, this contract went to 42.94. You're at 43.43 right now. This has monster volume. This baby is making its way down to, we put this up. This is a good break. So your next level down here is 42.20. We hit 42.75. More than likely, we're going to see this thing probably crack 40. You get 39.19. Once you get this close to 40, it's like, why not hit it? They're going to test it out, and we'll see if in fact that 40 stays. There's certainly a lot of support at 40, because you had a huge sign of strength in April. That's when the week of April 22nd, the oil contract went from $37 to $44. So I suspect we're going to get down there and we're going to try it. If we go take a look at the XLE broke its lowest swing points out here today. The lowest swing point is $64.40. Now, it broke that with light volume. We hit 64.31. Right now, you're at 65.06, which is saying you're going to get another bounce. So we'll see if that lays out and that stays into the close. If we put this on a weekly basis, and this is going to be important if you're trading this, is that you want to put it on a weekly, because you want to see that correlation, because you're talking about 93 million shares. Now, it's going to be hard to get 93 million shares this week, I expect, but we'll see where it shakes out. There's certainly a lot of support there. That support is coming from how we went topside the week of April 22nd. That's when the XLE also went from 62 to 67. We go take a look at unleaded gas out here. We're going to be having some extra money in our pocket coming this summer. Unleaded is down to 2% right now. 140.107 is unleaded gas. Now, unleaded gas has not got a bid at all. Unleaded gas looks to me like, let's see, XB. We're going to get some very inexpensive gasoline here. This is pretty intense, actually. Yeah, so your next stop in unleaded gas is 126, 135 to 126. That's the lower end of this consolidation. And it's game. We'll see whether it holds down there. You broke the 145, broke it with conviction. Now what you got going is this 126.81. So it's pretty intense when you basically take a look at that whole setup. Let's take a look at some of the higher volume stocks. Now, what you have out here today is that you do have volume in the NASDAQ and the NDX. You do not have volume in the S&Ps. You had Advanced Micro is up 72 cents. You get Bank of America down 35. GE is down 60. That's getting hit. 60 cents, that is. You get NVIDIA up 75 cents. You get Comcast down $1.28. Apple's off 75 cents. You get Kroger down 23 cents. We go take a look at some of the Dow stocks. You have Honeywell is down 64. You get Boeing down 27. You go over to the IBB. So the IBB was the mover today inside the NASDAQ composite. And the number to keep your eye on real closely inside the IBB is this 303.74. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to the Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is down 35. Nasdaq's off 36. S&Ps are off 8.5. And, of course, what you have, let's see, we're Tuesday. So, we're talking the oil market, folks, and at 4:30, the API numbers will come out, which will give us an indication fundamentally of where that stands. And, of course, then tomorrow morning at 10:30, the EIA numbers are going to be coming out. Let's go to our man Marty in Worcester. Hey, Marty, what's going on?
Well, Mr. O'Brien, there's been some changes for me. I just spent a week in the hospital and then a week in rehab, so I'm going to need some of that white light. But also, and this is what really applies to you and your program, I could get absolutely no technical analysis in either place of either good or bad quality. And yours has been pretty damn good, as well as your helpers and associates. At the hospital, there was no financial news at all.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Marty.
Yeah, and at the rehab, the best they had was the WWF, the Worldwide Wrestling of Finance, with Jim Cramer and all those other people yakking and saying nothing of any real substance with no real numbers. And I just wanted to let you and all the listeners and viewers know that what you do is a real value.
Well, hey, listen, first off, what we're going to do, folks, is that we're going to send some big white light to Marty. Now, I happen to have met Marty, and oh my God, you know, I think that's over 10 years ago, huh, Marty?
Well, it is, and I'll tell you a secret. And, you know, I apologize for this.
Don't apologize for anything. Nothing.
But I used to work in a bookstore,
Yep.
and somebody brought you in, and I thought that tiger growl was silly.
Yeah.
I don't think it is now.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Okay, so, folks, so check this out, okay? If you have been around a while, you know what white light's all about. White light is just, is energy. My take is that we're all one. It's one energy. You can direct this energy, and when you're directing it into things that you want to heal, okay, my take on it is that you just direct it. You're going to visualize. I want you to visualize Marty. You're going to visualize Marty. And when you direct it into anyone, what ends up happening is that you're going to see, like, dark spots. And what you do is this. As you direct the energy, and as you direct the energy, you're going to direct the light, and it bursts. And as it bursts, you're going to put, if you see anything, you're going to have black going out his ears, his eyeballs, his mouth. You go right down the extremities. Bottom line is that, and what's going to be left is just white light. And I've found through the years, folks, bottom line, who knows how it works? It works. And guess what? If it's all perception, it's all perception, but it doesn't matter. I know it works, okay? So what I'd love everyone to do out there, Marty's and Wisties, a great guy. You've heard him many times, okay? And guess what? Yesterday's gone, tomorrow's not here. What are you doing right now? Well, let's all focus. Send that white light out right up to Worcester, right into you, Marty. Now, Marty, are you home yet, or are you still in rehab?
No, I'm home. That's how I can watch you and talk.
You're home. That's good. See that? You're already starting to sound better. You sound, you know, and I can tell you, you know, when I first saw that you were up there, I was thinking, I said, wow, man, this is so cool that, you know, you're still out here growling a problem with us, okay? So please, folks, send that white light, send it right into Marty, let him feel it, okay? And burst it right through him, and then what you're going to be left with is a great-looking guy with a great figure, and he's going to be pure white light, and we're going to get you better, Marty, no doubt.
Well, thank you. Can I make a comment?
Absolutely.
I consider myself a Taoist, and that's very close to what you're saying.
Is it?
Yes, it's an ancient Chinese view of the universe where the whole universe is the deity, and it's constantly growing and constantly expanding, and because of the new quantum physics and quantum computing, as it goes along, it gets more and more intelligent.
Yeah.
And it's completely, it's completely consistent with Taoism and a lot of branches of Buddhism that see the universe that way and not as some limited thing made in a hard mold.
Listen, I agree. And, you know, folks, if you don't know the story, this is how this thing started with me. Picture, you know, growing up, kids are kids. We're having BB gun fights, okay? Bottom line, I get shot in the eye.
Oh, boy.
You know, so what ends up happening, this is how this thing came about, okay? I always believed we're all one, but this is how it actually came about. Get shot in the eye, and my buddy was going to shoot me again because he thought I was kidding, right? They get me to the hospital. So my left eye is bleeding internally. I was so lucky because what happened, it was beside, I was at the City Hospital in Boston, but the Eye and Ear Hospital was next to me. A guy that was showing a bunch of interns, he comes in, they're ready to pop my eye out because of bleeding internally. So this guy says to me, doctor says to me, he says, no, hold it. We're going to drug this kid up. And he grabs me, and this is what he said to me. He says, okay, he says, we're going to put you into drugs. We're going to stop the internal bleeding so it doesn't go to your other eye. He says, I want you to put a piece of cement before I put you under. I want you to visualize just a piece of cement in the middle of it, all right? He says, and then we're going to put you under. So they put me under. I wake up in a blind ward, like a day later. I'm looking around saying, oh, man, this is a trip. People have no eyes. I'm saying, okay, I better be careful this other eye. Make a long story short, folks. Then he says to me, okay, you're going to start pushing this light in, and you're going to blow this blood out. Bottom line is it worked. My eye went back to 20/20. Now, check this out. So that was 16. That's 50 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Now, what it did end up happening is that my left eye had scarred over the years. But bottom line, it worked. That's how this whole thing started with me. And it's like, hey, guess what? I was blind, and now I'm not blind. I'm going to go for it. And I've taught a lot of people to do it because we're all one, man. If we're not, what the heck are we, right? It's like, Well, listen, man, so how are you feeling?
Well, weak, but, I just had 10 radiation treatments on my head. As they start to wear off, I'll feel better. Then I got to go for chemo, and it's going to knock me down again.
Okay, well, we're going to be thinking of you every day, man. We're going to be thinking of you. We're going to be pushing that white light in, man. And I'm so happy you called. All the tigers in the den are all happy. They're pushing that white light out to you, Marty. And, you're just going to fight, because, it's worth it. It's worth it, man.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, totally. You gotta love it. I better get that book. You wouldn't believe what I got off Marty, folks. I have the only copy right now of a Wyckoff book that was actually published, and Marty, I got it off Marty. There was one other one that was, I believe Google has one. Google has one, I have one. After I looked it up, it was like, now the difference is the one that Google has, theirs is stamped across the side of it, inside it, library copy or something, which yours wasn't, which is great. Well, listen, man, it was great talking to you. Give us a call again, and we're there with you, Marty, all right?
Okay, well, anyway, the Taoism Classic is available free on YouTube. You can read it, you can watch it, you can hear it recited, you can hear new lectures about it. The same with Buddhism. The Taoist one is called the Tao, D-A-O, Te Ching, or the Tao Te Ching.
I'm going to get it as soon as I get off.
And it's
Tiger's Den. But wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com.
With over $56 million in cash and over $66 million in working capital, Great Panther Silver is positioned as a company with a solid foundation and poised for growth. While completely unhedged to the price of silver, Great Panther retains 100% ownership in 2 producing mines in Mexico, which is the top silver producing country in the world, along with future potential production in Peru. Great Panther is highly leveraged to the price of silver, and after a great year of performance in 2020, 2016, Great Panther Silver has a strong outlook for 2017 as well. With good liquidity in trading and strong fundamentals on the balance sheet while remaining completely unhedged to the price of gold and silver, now is a perfect time to take a closer look at this equity. If you'd like to find out more about Great Panther Silver, then go to greatpanther.com or check them out on the NYSE market, symbol GPL, or the TSX, symbol GPR. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. Let's go over inside the Dow Industrial, see where the strength versus the weakness. You get the strength out here. Inside the Dow, folks, says Merck is putting 6.6 positive points in. You got McDonald's putting 5. American Express is putting 4. Taken away from it, Disney's putting a -9. You have Goldman putting a -8. Apple -7. Chevron -6. Microsoft -5. Inside the NDX 100, the move is inside that NDX today was Regeneron, all biotechs. Regeneron up 5%. Alexa Pharmaceutical up 2.6%. Biogen up 2%, and Insight up 1.9%. Taken away from it, Ross Stores down 4.3%. Tractor Supply off 3.5%. QVC off 3.3%, and Discovery Communications off 3.2%. Let's go over and take a look at the platinum market. PL, maybe we're on U. Let's see. PL. Okay, platinum. Okay, so platinum's trading down 550, 921. Okay, this hasn't caught a bid either, just like the rest of the metals. Okay, so you're coming into, so we've done 14,000 contracts, 922.80. You'd like to see this back inside 922.80. It needs a bid. It's the bottom line. You know, you got light volume as you do in the other contracts, but you need a bid inside these things. Yeah, you'd want to see this. I'd like to see this. So there's two different areas. You know, 925.50 would be the nice area to get it back inside of. You don't have sellers, but right now you don't have buyers either. You know, that being said, let's go over to the dollar. The dollar looks to me that it can't hold price again. And this is bizarre, folks. What's bizarre about it is this, is that normally you can get a normal counter-trend bounce. Okay, that's not a big deal. You should be able to get a counter-trend bounce. Well, the dollar just can't seem to handle it. You know, the swing point today, it's not handling a minor swing from the 30th of May, which is 47.480. You know, we're at 97.395. And it looks to me, I mean, if this thing ever closes under 285, I don't think that's going to happen, because that'd mean you'd be down 100 ticks. Nah, that's not going to happen. Bottom line, though, it's still weak. You know, so when you do look at when I look at the dollar index in correlation to the metals, bottom line is that metals still look to be a decent risk versus the reward right here. They definitely need strength. You know, we'll see where it shakes out. The actual equities, if we go to the GDX, that also needs to get some strength going. I like what the GDX did today, though, because you have a very small price spread. The price spread in the GDX today is only 20 cents, 22 cents. That's what you like to see if you're at a high and you think it's going to come down, or if you're at a low and it's going to go up. And the contraction of volume is dramatic today. And the GDX, we've done 24 million shares. You're talking about coming into 48 million. So bottom line is that's a good indication that tomorrow we'll more than likely get a run up to this 2209, and if we get inside it, then you get some big action. And the way that the bonds are trading out here today, it's looking like it won't be too long before we actually get a run, and I expect that this run will be pretty good, because what you do have is overseas, folks. Overseas, all the markets gave it up coming right into the close. You had the FTSE, that was at a high of 75.61. It ended up closing at 74.72. The DAX in Germany, that was at a high today of 12,951. It closed at 12,814. So those indices, they sold off coming right into the close, and they sold off pretty hard. You know, we'll see if, in fact, we do the same thing, because this S&P right now is starting to barrel. You know, so this will be subtle, but it looks like you're going to get some juice behind this move. If we go take a look at the S&Ps, what you're going to see, yeah, it just did it, actually. We just went from start of the program. We just went from 24.51 to 24.34. This is quite a move. Yeah, someone's selling this thing, man. We just took a leg down, and you took that leg down with volume. You know, so right now you're talking, yeah, you got plenty of time left to get into this 24.26 area. That'll be shocking too, by the way, to the market. You know, because what you do have is that. And as I said a little bit earlier, let's just see if there's any volume yet in the NYSE. You have the volume in the NASDAQ. So the NASDAQ is leading down once again. The NASDAQ right now, yeah, you're at 2.2 billion right now. And that is saying that they are pushing huge amounts of stock out into the marketplace inside the NASDAQ composite at highs once again. You know, the composite, you know, yesterday got up to a price point of 62.43. Bottom line, you're at 61.88. You have a high volume swing low at 6,100. You had a high volume swing low from May 18th at 59.96. So we'll see where the rest of this shakes out. Let's go take a look at some of the high flyers that no doubt did take the NASDAQ up yesterday. You got Apple. Apple's down $1.30. We got Google. Google right now is down 6.46. We get the King, Amazon. That's down 2.66. That's nothing. Microsoft. Let's take a look at Microsoft. Microsoft right now. Microsoft's weak. Microsoft is down 96 cents. I'd like to see a bigger expansion of volume, but the way that Microsoft went into the high yesterday was dramatic. It just couldn't handle it. We did 23 million shares versus 25 million versus 49 million. Yeah, so bottom line is that the IBB, that's the one to keep your eye on out here today. The reason being is that was testing the very top, and it looks like it's not going to hold, which is just amazing. 303.74. We just came underneath it. It was at 308.12. You're at 303.53. Let's look at this. Yeah, they're selling it off. And if we bring this back, put this on a weekly, what you're going to see now, this is what's pretty wild. The consolidation that we've been in the IBB goes all the way back to January of 2016. And it's had some good spurts going up to the top of this, and every time it's up to that 301 to 305, they just sell that baby off, and that has to do with how fast it came down, fast and furious. So You close under that level, that would indicate that the NASDAQ composite itself is going to have a hard time sustaining higher price. And in fact, because that is the only sector right now inside the NASDAQ that has any juice. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. Dow right now is accelerating on the way down. It's down 60. NASDAQ's off 48. S&Ps are off 12.5. Going to be back with Kevin from California. I'm going to be right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go to Kevin in California. Hey, Kevin, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Still waiting for that bid.
Jeez, tell me about it. Actually, it's funny. That's kind of what I called about. I tuned in right as you were talking about the GDX.
Yeah.
I happened to notice something today
on
the GDX, and I know you deal more with swings and tests on volume, but pull up like either a 2-year daily or like a 2-year daily chart of the GDX.
Okay, I got it.
And go back to that January 2016 low. I think it was in the second week of January. And you can draw, it tagged that trend line, however long that is, 17 months, something like that.
Okay, cool. Let's see.
It tagged that trend line, like today. And so far it's been rejecting it intraday. So it could be really interesting. I mean, notice you said that it could pop up tomorrow.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, look at right? That's pretty cool. Yeah.
And on really low volume, too, relatively.
Yeah, well, and as Kevin's bringing us through this, folks, we don't want that to break that trend line. Oh, my God. That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah.
So
anyway, that's all I had to say. I just wanted you to take a look at that.
No, I'm glad you brought that up, man. So what happens, folks, is this. So picture this. This is a long-term trend line. If you were in this gold market in January of 2016, that was one of the biggest runs we had since 2002. So in that context, that could make sense that you take some damage coming back to that and just, you know, the market's job is to take the most amount of money away from the most amount of people in the least amount of time. And this market has been pretty good at it.
Yeah, it's been great in my case.
Yeah. I don't mean to laugh, but believe me, I know.
No.
But with that being said, I'm sure you made plenty, but it's hanging in here right now. That's right? I mean, that's, you know, it's not gone
exactly.
yet.
Yeah,
right.
I'm pretty good with money management. But but I just wanted to point that out.
No, I think that's great. Listen, this is anemic volume out here today. And, you know, as I said just a little bit earlier, between the GDX coming back with dramatically lighter volume like we have, and the bond market, you know, we'll see whether the dollar is going to give it up. But, you know, the bond market is saying that, you know, something's going to basically go quick once again, you know, because those bonds want higher price, lower yield. And that's in the face of fundamentally the Fed saying, hey, we're going up on short-term rates again.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Check out TLT today, too. I know you were looking at the bonds earlier, but...
yeah, and the TLT is a great one to check out, folks, because if you don't have the futures... you know, the TLT is already, when it broke topside, it broke with volume, it's monster ABC up, and basically it's taking it out again. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
It is.
Okay. Hey, thanks, Tom.
Okay, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
Okay.
You stay right there, folks, of course, because we're going to be coming back. We got on Tuesday, of course, Tuesday and Thursday, we got our man, Mr. Andy Hecht. He's going to be doing a program from 5 to 6. We're going to be coming back with some numbers. And as I said a little bit earlier, what is going to get intriguing here is that, you know, the composite, I mean, the NYSE, you know, S&Ps, S&Ps and the Dow, they still look like at highs and they want highs. The NASDAQ composite and the NDX, a whole different animal. And that, when that baby starts going south, it can really get going. And the correlation inside this composite and the NDX are basically confirming this market, well, those two indices want lower price. Right now, we did 2.3 billion shares inside the composite. So I suspect when we come into the close, which is 2 minutes, but they will throw another 200 or 300 million into the close inside the composite. And so what that is, of course, yeah, there's a buyer for every seller, but guess what? They'll be buying it again, and we'll find out whether that dip will work for them once again. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming back with some numbers for you. Dow Industrials right now down 61. NASDAQ's off 49. S&Ps are off 12.5. We're going to be right back.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, oil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to Nick in Tampa. Hey, Nick, what's going on?
Tom O'Brien, it is an absolute pleasure.
Thanks so much, man. We appreciate you calling.
No problem. Dude, I've been listening to your show for about 2 years now, and it has just been wonderful. I listen to you, Basil, Andy. You guys do an amazing job.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Love is unconditional. In love, there are no conditions. You love for no reason with no justification. You are free to be who you are, and you allow others to be what they are. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 61, NASDAQ off 50, S&P's off 10.5. Gold contract down $3.10, trading at $12.43 an ounce. Silver down 7 cents, $16.42. We need both gold and silver to catch a bid, folks. They've continued to pull back. It is light volume, but bottom line, they got to catch a bid. 12.40 is where the strength came in from gold. In April, I suspect more than likely we're going to probably hit that before we go topside. Platinum is down $3.50 at $9.21 an ounce. You got copper down 3 cents at $2.55 a pound. Light sweet crude. The pit trading it closed at $43.23. Bottom line down 97 cents. It had price spread. It had volume. That baby wants lower price. We're going to have the API numbers out at 4:30. We'll see where they shake out. We get the EIA numbers out at 10:30 tomorrow morning. Bonds. So the note and bond market just continue to say higher price, lower yield. Pretty amazing what happened in both of those markets out here today. So last week, you go topside with volume. Yesterday, you pull back, light volume. Today, you had light volume. You rejected lower price, and then they took off topside. You had the 10-year up 6 ticks, 126.27. 30-year up almost a full point, 31 ticks, 157.20. They both are in ABC structures on the way up with potential price projections of the 128.20 inside the 10-year, which would take it under 2%, 159.30 in the 30-year. Right now, your 10%, your 10-year note is yielding 2.15%. So the bottom line is that you are at the low end of this curve for the last 6 months. It's been 2.12 for the last 6 months. For the year, for the last 12 months, 1.35 is the low, 2.6 is the high. We're right in the middle of that. And I do expect what you're going to see is that we're going to basically break that 2% once again, which is just a total mind blow, but that's where it wants to go. King Dollar. What do we have with King Dollar? King Dollar caught a bid yesterday. Had some decent volume today. We did 30,000 contracts. You're at 97,345. Bottom line is that it's the 97,480 that you got to hold at. It got to 97,515 today and just didn't hold it. We'll see whether it can hold it tomorrow. And that, folks, is not even, that's just a minor swing point. A normal dead cat bounce could get King Dollar up to 98,410. You know, King Dollar hasn't been able to catch a bid in the last 6 months. You know, what you had with King Dollar, you know, topped out at 103.53. That topped out on January 3rd. That is the highs. King Dollar, you know, when we take a look at this, I'm going to put up the continuous contract for you because this gets really intriguing watching this whole thing shake out. DX1 currency. Okay, so what you're going to see is that the night of the election, King dollar was highly volatile. It got down to 95.905, and then it took off like a rocket ship. It went from 95.905 all the way up. That was November 9th, all the way up to 103, January 3rd, and then just gave it up. And we've already reached 96.30. Bottom line, this thing to me is building cost. Number one, to get down to the 95 area. I expect what you're going to see on a longer-term basis, more than likely it wants to run into the 91 area. Now, let's go over and take a look at Ford. So what you're going to see is this. This is going to get really intriguing with Ford. So Ford right now trading down 12 cents, $11.12. Ford, okay, has a new CEO. Mark Fields is gone. Well, guess what, folks? This is where this is going to get really intriguing. And what I mean specifically is business-wise versus administration-wise versus what is real and what is not. Okay, the markets dictate what is real and what is not. So when Trump first came in, he got all the executives into the basically Oval Office and say, hey, listen, man, you're not going to do business overseas and bring cars in. Well, guess what? Ford today announced, guess what? They're going to save $1 billion. Guess where they're going to build cars now, folks? They're not going to build them in Mexico. They're going to build them in China. Ford's canceling its controversial plans to build the Focus in Mexico. Supposedly it was going to come back to the United States. Wrong. Going to China. They're going to save $1 billion by importing the cars from China next year. So guess what? You go over and we take a look at the markets, all the currencies, okay? If you take a look at, here, we'll go to the Mexican peso for a second. What you're going to see is that you're actually going to see, there's the spot peso, right? You're going to see that the peso has already come back and is stronger than it was on election night. What you have with the peso is that the peso started out in November, started out at $18.1 to the U.S. dollar, got up to 22 to the U.S. dollar. Guess what? Traded right down to 17.89 last week. You know, bottom line, you want to go into steel? You want to see what's going on with steel? Steel is trading, U.S. steel is $21. Election night, it was $21. Actually, no, it was less than that, I think. Or more than that. Yeah, it was $20. Goes up to $40. Guess where it's trading, folks? $21. Bottom line, all these currencies, the equities that had taken off, they have already pulled back into that area. The real question here is that the S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow, small caps, they haven't. And in fact, they're pretty far away from it. And we'll see where that shakes out. The first ones did come back into that area were the currencies. We go over to the oil market. This oil market is in tough shape. Oil out here today down 2.1%, $43.48. This had 857,000 contracts traded. This oil contract looks to me, number one, if we put this on a continuous contract, you're going to see the lower end of this consolidation is laying out at $42 to $39. Once you get this close, it's like, why can't you go hit it? I suspect we're going to be hitting it. You stay right there, folks. We're going to be coming right back. Dow finished down 61, NASDAQ off 50, S&P's down 10.5. We're going to be right back.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. So Dow finished down 61, Nasdaq off 50, S&P's off 9.5. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Andy Hecht, as we do every Tuesday and Thursday. Andy's got a great program right here on TFNN, folks. 5 to 6 Eastern Standard Time every Tuesday and Thursday. Now, you can get all the programming right on your cell phone, folks. So you go to TFNN.com, you hit Tiger TV, you're going to get some great HD quality video as well as audio. Andy's also got a couple great newsletters. You can test drive them right here, right now. 30 days absolutely free. He's got the Technomento Commodity Report. That is a weekly newsletter. He also has the Daily Essentials. That is a daily newsletter. So the way you do that, you go to newsletters, you just hit trading newsletters. You're going to see both of those newsletters right there, the Technomento Commodity Report as well as Daily Essentials. Andy Hecht, what's going on?
Hey, how are you, Tom?
I'm doing great, man. So how you doing? How hot is it out there today?
I'm baking. It's 117.
117. So now 117 is too hot to go out, right? Even I know you get like dry heat, but
yeah, I mean, I might like if the sun goes down, maybe I'll jump in the pool. But it's
that makes sense.
It's hot.
Right.
It's hot.
Because
it's hot.
It's hot. It's Death Valley hot.
It's very nice. It's about 76 degrees right where I'm sitting right now, so that's good.
Perfect. That's perfect, man.
And and Warren Buffett's making lots of money because he owns Nevada Power.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. Now, is that power off the Hoover Dam, or is it what type of power is that?
It's you know what? I think it is. It's off the Hoover Dam, but it's also imported from California. It's all the power here in Vegas comes from all over the place.
Okay,
but most of it's Hoover Dam.
Yeah, that's a nice way to generate power, man.
It is. It is. They charge plenty. Believe me.
Listen, at 117, they can charge plenty.
I know. It's absolutely crazy. Wow. So let's talk oil market.
Okay.
All right, so let's keep in mind. Listen, today we made a new low for 2017.
Yeah.
Technical support 42.20. Those are the November lows. But today's an interesting day, Tom, because today's the day that the July contract comes off the board.
Okay.
And what you're seeing is a lot of people who were long July. They've been getting out and they're not rolling to August. Yeah. So we've seen open interest come down. We've also seen the contango go up, which is a sign that the shale producers are not selling. They're not hedging here, which is not a surprise. They might even be buying back a little bit. Crack spreads have turned around. Gas crack was down at 14.64. It's up at 16.30. The heating oil crack was down at 13.51. It's up at 15.53. It's deeply oversold. I think we're seeing a peak of weakness here in the market. I know technically it looks awful, but what's going on in the Middle East with, the U.S. shooting down an Iranian drone and a Syrian fighter jet and a blockade of Qatar, and short term could all be very bearish for crude when they start cheating, but longer term, we get any military actions, we could see a very sharp price spike if they affect any oil production or logistical routes. So be very cautious here. Yeah. Sentiment's getting a little too bearish here, and it is deeply, deeply oversold. So, today it's an interesting day for crude oil to make a new low on the year, because it is exactly the day that July comes off the board and rolls to August. So just be cautious.
Yeah. It looks to me, technically this thing looks like it's going to test $40, man. I mean,
well, it could. It could spike down there, no question about it. But we're a lot closer to the lows than where we're going to go over the coming weeks. That's my opinion.
Yeah. So
I'd be a scale down buyer, leaving lots of room here, no question.
Unleaded gas too, man. That's getting killed too, right?
Gas got killed. Well, gas, that thing broke down through 320, and it kind of marginally.
Unleaded gas, Andy. Like the
unleaded gas. Yeah. Well, natural gas. All of the energy products broke down.
Right.
But yeah. The gasoline is outperforming. It's fallen around 15.5% since May 25th. Crude oil's down about 18 to 20%. So, gasoline, hey, it's cheap. 141 and I'm sorry, 141.40 on the August contract right here. But the crack spread is up at $16.50, and that's what I like to look at to gauge supply and demand. Listen, we're going to get a spike down if we get some big inventory increases in today's and tomorrow's numbers.
Oh, which is pretty cool. We get that in 7 minutes. Okay.
Right. We get that pretty soon. So, and you also mentioned natural gas. That also broke down below 288.80.
Right.
We're trading right at 290 here. That's also going to wait for Thursday for the EIA numbers.
Yeah.
So, energy is weak. The dollar, man, that thing is weak too.
It is.
It's weak. Considering that the Fed raised interest rates,
right?
They came out hawkish. They said that $50 billion a month's going to roll off the balance sheet. Those are all that's not. There's no accommodative stuff in there. It's all very hawkish. So and gold and silver and platinum all very weak. Palladium though strong like a bull, and platinum is now at a $52 premium to palladium, and by the way, that's the lowest level since 2001.
That is bizarre.
Yeah, 2001. But all commodities are weak in this environment. The softs are weak. Commodity stocks are getting hit today. You have certain pockets of strength. Wheat is kind of strong. That broke out to the upside, made a new high. But all the softs are weak. We see weakness in coffee, in sugar, in cocoa, in cotton, which really broke down. I mean, that sucker's gone from 87 cents to 70 cents in like a month. A little bit over a month now.
Right.
Month and 5 days. Cocoa's weak. It's just weak across the board in the world of commodities here.
I guess, with oil, the next couple of days, because we're down. Technically, you can argue that you're in a bear market now. We're down 20% from the highs.
I never believed that. Yeah, they say anything, if it goes down 20%, it's in a bear market. We just made a new low for the year, and technically it does look awful, but there's a lot of politics. There's more politics in oil than in any other commodity. So,
I understand that, but that being said, it seems like the politics of the Middle East, like I mentioned to you last week, I don't necessarily buy the Qatar and the Saudi Arabia. I mean, they say that, 1 second, Qatar, they're going to basically, put off to the side, and all of a sudden we sell them 17 jets, and that's like a joke.
Oh, the U.S. is the monkey in the middle. We're playing both sides of the coin there. Russia isn't. So listen, the temperature is higher there on the conflict side. You see what's going on in Syria. I know that's far away from the Persian Gulf, but the U.S.-Russian kind of relationship is not really wonderful right now. And all of these countries, you know, you're either with the U.S., you're with the Russians, or you're trying to be with both. Most of them are trying to be with both, except for Iran, of course. But I don't really buy that we can trash oil here down to $38, $36 a barrel.
Oh, I know, it'd be shocking. I agree. I mean, there's no doubt. It's like, wow, man, you know.
And also, the shale's going to slow down. I mean, that's a given. We know that, and that's what's pressured it.
Yeah. You stay right there, folks. Andy and I are going to be coming right back. And, of course, when we come back, we're going to have those API numbers for you. Dow Industrials finished down 61, NASDAQ off 50, S&P's down 10. We're going to be right back, folks.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
TFNN has put together the finest live programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 9 hours a day starting at 8 a.m. as John Logan kicks us off each trading day with the Global Market Pulse. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Mondays and Fridays, catch live trading on the Nadex platform with host Tom and Tommy O'Brien, along with Daryl Martin on the Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts, and keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN, educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. My man, Mr. Andy Hecht. Tom O'Brien. And don't forget, folks, Andy's got a great show right here every Tuesday and Thursday, 5 to 6 Eastern Standard Time. Now, no matter where you're listening, remember that you can get us 24 hours a day right on your cell phone, folks. You go to TFNN.com, you hit Tiger TV, you're going to get some great HD quality video as well as audio. So Andy and I were talking commodities, folks, and we're going to get those API numbers for you. Just give me 1 second. What happened? I had to just reboot my whole computer during the break. and you got to love that.
That's always a joy.
Hey, listen, man. It's you know, I'm almost
technology.
I'm almost there. There's no doubt.
Technology. Well, I got a chart up there of gold. You know, gold and silver, as you say, they need a bid.
They do.
They really do.
They do.
But gold does have room down to 12.20. You know, the recent low was what, 12.17 and change.
Yeah.
But we don't really want to see it go down there. Again, with this world, you know, I look at stuff like Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Oh, my God. Seriously.
You know, I mean, all right, they've come off the highs, but where is Bitcoin? 2,700. Ethereum is, you know, over 300. 370 or something like that. The market cap of these two things is 80 billion. You know, these things are for real. You know, whether you think they're a bubble or whatever, they are attracting lots of interest. And that, to me, is a signal that gold is gold, silver, platinum, that these, you know, these traditional means of exchange that also can fly below the radar of governments are very interesting in this current market environment and this geopolitical landscape.
Yeah, no, listen, there's no doubt about it. I mean,
so, you know, that I continue to like them, you know, suffering along with all the other bulls out there, but sticking with positions here, no question.
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, the bonds. Hey, the 30-year bonds. This is a wild bull market in low interest rates and the long end of the curve. Money doesn't know where to go, Tom, and it continues to flow into the stock market. Now the question is, if oil does go down to 40, if we do break 42.20, we should probably have a quick spike down to $40, which, you know, I'm going to be a scaled down buyer there. I am at these prices, but you know, we should see it affect the price of stocks at some point.
Yeah,
we should see it weigh on stocks. I mean, there's too many oil companies and businesses involved in oil, and that they ain't consumers. You know, the refining sector and all this other stuff. The refining sector could do well if the gasoline and the heating oil prices and the jet fuel and the others stay bid here on the processing spreads, but certainly exploration, development, production, you know, they're going to get hit hard, continue to get hit hard, and this is what could ignite a sell-off in the stock market. But the stock market, what was the Dow down today? 61 points.
Yeah.
It made a new record high yesterday. You know, that's kind of nothing.
It is nothing. You know, there was an intriguing article today, Andy, on the Bloomberg, and what it was about was the wind power in southern Texas. And southern Texas, folks, is where all the oil and gas is. And what it was about is pretty amazing. Is though in southern Texas, folks, what happens is the convection that comes off the Gulf of Mexico. And normally, you know, no matter where we live in the United States, you know, you get more wind at night than you do during the daytime, right? Yeah. And that's just the opposite in this part of southern Texas. And what they were talking about is that wind power has destroyed these gas companies to the point that they got to change their business plan. Isn't that wild, man? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, and this is what's wild about this to me, folks, is that you're talking about oil country, and you can imagine, like, these oil men and the gas people, like, what just happened to us? Because they didn't expect that to happen. But yet, bottom line, they have so many term buys going there, man, that it's huge.
More efficient. Yeah. I mean, it's more efficient. Absolutely.
Yeah. And less expensive.
You know, that's technology.
So
less expensive.
Here, API just come across. Crude stockpiles fell 2.7 million last week.
2.7 million down. What about gasoline?
I don't have them all yet. That's for some reason. I know.
2.7 million. We could see a little bit of a bid creep in on that one.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, you know, this was a day where there's always fireworks as one contract rolls to the other, and there are a lot of positions in these markets.
Yes.
So you know, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it shakes out. You know, look, these markets love to put in a marginal new low and then turn around. We'll see what happens in natural gas. I mean, that one is just sitting there at 290. To me, it feels like a sitting duck. It looks like it wants to go after that 250, 220.
No, I can see that, man. So we pull up natural gas. You're at 292 right now, and That's yesterday was quite a break, man. You know.
Yeah, we go to that weekly chart. That weekly chart looks like 250, 220 staring us in the face. But it's hurricane season and Mother Nature. You know, there's so many things going on.
Well, you know, it's interesting what you just brought up. So we have, I believe, the first tropical storm of the season.
Right.
In the Gulf, right in back of me right now, folks. You know, and it's not going to come into Tampa, but it's out. It's not going to come in, my understanding, into any land. But it's out in the Gulf right now. It's going to be enough that we're going to get rain all night tonight and tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have got a lot of rain this season,
We've
haven't
had a
you?
huge amount of rain. This is almost like 15 years ago. You know, every day when I first got here, it used to always rain, folks. So, you know, good rain, hour and a half. We've got it this year, big time.
Right. Usually Florida, when I go down to Florida, you know, it'll rain like for 10 minutes and then it'll dry up and be beautiful again. But I hear that this year it's been, you know, the rainstorms have been kind of lasting a lot longer.
They have.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's some more numbers for you. Gasoline stocks rose 346,000 barrels. Distillate stocks up 1.84 million barrels.
That's not as important, the distillates at this time of the year. I think that the draw in crude oil is kind of a surprise. I think the market was expecting less, even a build. But we'll wait to see EIA tomorrow. That'll be the important one. That'll move the market. Right now, oil is in bear mode. No question about it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and the other thing that's getting me a little bit more friendly to it is the more people I hear, they're all so bearish. There's so many things I read and heard today with a 30 handle, you know?
Yep.
You know, that's always the signal.
No, that is counterintuitive. No doubt about it. You know, the bottom line,
So, we'll see. I mean, it's if they're right, watch out below in stocks.
You know, I definitely agree with you, but the bottom line is that it's pretty. So watch if we look, you know, Exxon and Chevron have been leading the way down. I mean, you know, they're at 82. Exxon's at 82. It started at 91 6 months ago. You know, Chevron, you know, same setup. I mean, so you know, they haven't been able to catch a bid. 118 down to 106.
We'll see. I mean, there's stuff going on in the Middle East is kind of scary. I mean, I think today we shot down an Iranian drone. You know, stuff going on all over the world. So sad about that kid, that 22-year-old kid who got arrested in North Korea. They shipped him back. That's a tragedy for that family. Horrible thing.
Huge.
Really horrible.
Okay, folks. Our man, Mr. Andy Heck, he's going to be coming up growling and prowling with you at 5 o'clock. Andy, thank you so much. Look forward to the show
buddy.
at 5. Okay,
Talk to you soon.
Absolutely. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back. Dow finished down 50. Down 60. NASDAQ is down 50. S&Ps are off 10. We're going to be right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow finished up 61, NASDAQ up 50, S&P's up 11. If we go inside and we take a look at, so what we had out here, folks, today is this, is that on the NYSE, you didn't get the volume behind the move. You get slightly more volume, but not really. 812 million versus 800 million on the top side. Now, what you did get is that yesterday, bottom line, you get to all-time highs, light volume. Now, NASDAQ Composite, whole different animal, and this is what you have. The composite came down today at 2.5 billion. We went topside yesterday with 1.9 billion. That was going into 3.1 billion. So you can see the correlation. We bring this up. The correlation, what you're going to have here is this, is that we came down, the initial downdraft of June 9th. That's when the composite went from 63.41 to 61.27, over a couple hundred points. You came down with 3.4 billion. You went back topside yesterday. Well, let me get you the exact numbers. So we take a look at this. So we're talking about the 9th first. The 9th, we came down with 3.1 billion. We went topside yesterday with 1.9. You went back down with 2.5. What that sets up now a test of the lows first of last week, which is 61.10. That being said, what you have is that you have a high volume low also from May. May 17th and 18th, those one-day wonders down there. Bottom line, we'll see how, number one, first it attacks this level of 61.10. You start attacking that, and if we attack that with volume, that baby, I suspect, will go right into the lows of 59.96. The NDX 100, the 3 Qs, this was a close call, but this bottom line, it did it. And specifically what I mean is this. The Qs came down from 143 to 138. On the 9th, we did it with 109 million shares. You went back topside yesterday with 39 million. We went downtown today with 40 million. Now, the 40 million is just a slight expansion of volume. The amazing part about that, though, folks, is that we're at 31 million at 20 minutes of 4. So the bottom line is that they pushed some big volume into that market as we were coming into the close. If you're watching a Tiger TV right now, you'll see just a few of these trades that came in, and you can see about 1 million shares there. 650,000 one trade, 145,000, no, 177,000 another, 131,000 another. Big numbers came into that close. Now that of course, that is huge amounts. That they're block trades that are coming in from large funds. Bottom line, someone's on the other side of that buying it. We go take a look at some of the high flyers inside the NDX 100. So Apple hasn't been able to catch a bid. Apple, bottom line right now we're at 145.01. That has that high volume swing low at 142.51. Google is at 968. That has a high volume swing at 936. That failed on price and volume out here. Microsoft, that came down with some juice. That has a high volume low at 68.13. Now, Amazon didn't budge. So this is going to be really interesting. Amazon was only down $2.50. Now, what Amazon did do yesterday is this. Amazon sold off all day after it made a high. But today, guess what? That baby did not budge. And what you're going to see is that Amazon is also going to have to budge in order to get the lower price. Qualcomm was down 82 cents. SBUX, Starbucks. These are some of the higher weighted structures inside the NDX. Starbucks was down $1.04. NVIDIA, which has been one of the biggest high flyers out there, that had reached a high today of 161. You're at 157. Bottom line, you had come off the high with 92 million. We went up today in 27 million. Couldn't handle higher price. And NVIDIA is no doubt going to be a wild card because that little baby, when that takes off like a rocket ship. If we go to the SMHs, which have been leading the NDX up, the SMHs out here are showing that it's going to lead them down now. So the SMHs today, that had come off the high on the 9th, went from 89 to 84, did 8.9 million. Yesterday, you tried to get to a high, and we get 2.6 million. You came down today with 2.6 million. This is going to go after that swing low, which is 83.13. And, of course, that also has another swing low at 81. And this one's going to get intriguing. So it looks like, yeah, there it is. Yeah, we're game for like 79 to 76 in this. So the SMHs actually have a high volume swing from April. That first get-go down in April. And then there's many others that are right behind it. So they've been selling that off for quite a while. Each and every time, of course, just like the one-day wonders inside the NDX, it shakes it off, gets the higher price again, and we'll see how the market comes into the open tomorrow. When you do look at the overseas markets, what we did have is this. Just as our market, now our market sold off slightly coming into the close. The DAX in Germany sold off big time. We went from 12,951 to 12,814. It's still not a lot, but bottom line is it is a lot in the context that you reached a new high, couldn't handle the high, they sold it off. The UK, inside the UK, we also did the same thing, UKX. You'll see the FTSE. The FTSE went from a price point. Now, that didn't make a new high, but it was testing the consolidation or the highs of from the last 2 weeks. The UK, the FTSE 100 went from 75.61 to 74.72. So that baby sold off 90 points. Once it starts selling off, it starts selling off about halfway through the day. Kept selling off, and it looks like it's going to continue to sell off. Now, let's go overseas, because if we're going to see those metal equities move at all, it's all going to be about the Nikkei and about the yen. What we did have last night is this. The yen reached a 6-month high, 20,318, closed at 20,230, and that is a failure on price and volume. So the high that was out in the Nikkei is June 2nd. That high was 20,239. It had volume of 1.5 billion. Last night we tested it with 1 billion. Failed on price, failed on volume. So what that sets up a pullback tonight in the Nikkei, and then we'll take a look at the yen as soon as we come back, because the correlation with the yen and the gold market is direct. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. Don't forget, folks, my man, Mr. Andy Heck's going to be coming at 5. If you haven't test drove TFNN on your cell phone, please do it. Go to TFNN.com, and your browser, just hit Tiger TV on the right-hand side. We're coming right back, folks.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. With over $56 million in cash and over $66 million in working capital, Great Panther Silver is positioned as a company with a solid foundation and poised for growth. While completely unhedged to the price of silver, Great Panther retains 100% ownership in 2 producing mines in Mexico, which is the top silver-producing country in the world, along with future potential production in Peru. Great Panther is highly leveraged to the price of silver, and after a great year of performance in 2016, Great Panther Silver has a strong outlook for 2017 as well. With good liquidity in trading and strong fundamentals on the balance sheet, while remaining completely unhedged to the price of gold and silver, now is a perfect time to take a closer look at this equity. If you'd like to find out more about Great Panther Silver, then go to greatpanther.com or check them out on the NYSE market, symbol GPL, or the TSX, symbol GPR.
Join Andy Hecht as he shows you how to make money in commodities. The Commodities Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. We are going to go to the yen, but I want to go to FedEx first. So FedEx just come out with fourth quarter plus full year earnings. They beat on revenue. The estimate was $3.88. Earnings estimate was $3.88. They made $4.25. Bottom line is that FedEx closed at $208.95. That right now is trading at $212.01. That's a new high. Let's go to UPS and see what that's doing to UPS. UPS closed at $109. That's trading up $3 to $111. And they can all thank Amazon for that, folks. I guess Amazon and all our shopping habits. Bottom line is that they, not only are at a high price, but it looks like they're making money, and it totally makes sense because the shopping habits, our shopping habits, have totally changed. It's all about delivery service now. That's all. Amazon's a delivery service. Domino is one of the first ones to make money on delivery service. It's delivery service, delivery service, delivery service. Let's go over to the yen. We take a look at the yen. Correlation inside the yen, of course, is a direct correlation with the price of gold. So the yen today got to a price point of 111.79. Your swing point is 111.71. It didn't make it. So bottom line, between looking at the Nikkei, meaning the Nikkei wants lower price tonight, that would be saying that the yen is going to get stronger tonight. And if that's what we get, what you will see is that you'll see that a price of gold start moving higher, and the metals move higher in general. So I expect what you're going to see out here is you're going to see some action in the currencies tonight, in the metals tonight. And if that's what we get, what you're going to see as we go through the night is that you're going to see the dollar start to give it up also. Right now, the dollar couldn't handle the minor swing point that it was trading into today. That minor swing point, excuse me, folks, inside the dollar, we're at 97.410. You're talking 97.450, 480. It's pretty amazing it couldn't handle it, too. You know, we went to 97.515, you know, because what you have is that the dollar has been trying to steady itself since May 19th, but yet it hasn't been able to do it. And it hasn't been able to do it in the context that the Fed did raise short-term rates, a quarter basis point, said they're going to raise again before the end of the year. Guess what? It hasn't basically put any strength inside that dollar. Bond market out here is continuing to say that the dollar wants to get weaker, and we'll see where it shakes out with the aspect of the actual metals. If we go take a look at the XAU and the HUI, bottom line is that they pulled back today, dramatically lighter volume. The positive inside both of those have to do with the type of price spread we had out here today. It was very tiny, folks, and it had dramatically lighter volume. You know, in the XAU, the price spread was from 78.66 to 79.56. In the Gold Bugs Index, what you had out here is that, and when you have a price spread that's very low, and you're at lows, and you have lighter volume, that is saying, bottom line is that you don't have any sellers. Now the question is going to, not the question, is we need buyers. Inside the Gold Bugs Index out here today, the price spread was 183.85 to 185.49. You closed at 184. So bottom line is that you're coming into the swing, dramatically lighter volume. That says there's no sellers left. Now what we need is what? We need buyers. And you know the question is the GDX ready to reverse? Technically, yes. Technically, it's a perfect setup, meaning that you've come back into strength. You come back into strength with lighter volume. You have a very small price spread and a rejected price. You put that together with bonds. Now all we need is the yen to get stronger tonight and the dollar to get weaker. It's a beautiful thing. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership of it, and fly with it. Thanks for being here, folks. Stay tuned for Andy. He's coming right up. TFNN.com, hit Tiger TV. Wow!
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.